And it is 12 o'clock. We have oh, that's Cody. Great. Hi, how are you? Are you showing this to your class? I can't hear, you're muted. I can't hear you. You're
Oh,
mute. There
sorry.
you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm here with GD35.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. That's a huge help. Um, Makes a big difference. How many students do you have in there?
18.
Perfect.
Ah,
Great.
wow.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and we'll start waiting for Jasmine, but she'll join us shortly, hopefully.
Go off for a minute.
Let's see, is she here yet? We have Davis. Um, Jasmine's here. All right, we can go ahead and get started.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, all right. Sorry the music's not working. This video doesn't seem to want to play. Welcome everyone. Welcome transfers. Welcome freshmen. We're really excited to have a whole new set of faces in the classroom and new talent to discover. And it's always very exciting in the fall. This orientation is to go over how the program is structured, how the program works, so that you can stay on track throughout your years here and make sure that you take the right classes in the right order. Um, and then we're going to talk about, when you get into the upper division, there are different tracks, and you'll need to choose a track that you want to study. And we're gonna talk about those later. And so let me go ahead and move on here. Click on this. Okay, graphic design, BFA, Fresno State University. Okay, so there's more. These are our 5 full-time tenure and tenured track faculty. There are other instructors that you will have in your class. Those are known as adjunct instructors. They're sort of kind of like part-timers. But we are sort of the core faculty that you'll be dealing with and coming to for advising and things like that. My name is Rusty Robinson, and I teach both lower division and upper division. I mostly focus on the interactive multimedia track, so I teach a lot of coding and website building and things like that. Martine, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Martin Valencia. I teach in the illustration area. I started as the graphic design. I moved into the illustration program. I've been here this is going to be my 23rd year. So I guess I'm considered the senior faculty now. Wow,
Woohoo!
that's scary.
Maybe if you want to turn it on your own computers.
Yeah.
I can't figure out the volume for some reason. Of course, it would be happening right now.
Can you hear us at all?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had joined you. I'm talking to the students. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, Martine. Jasmine?
Yes, my name is Jasmine. I teach, for the most part, typography courses in the graphic design track. You will also potentially have me in some of the other more general graphic design courses, but for the most part, I teach type. I've been here for, I think this is my 6th year, and yeah, that's what I got.
All right. Angelica.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Angelica Cyprian, and I am actually a first-year faculty, just like all of you. So we're both going to be here for the first time, but I have taught at other universities. So you'll be taking classes with me in basic graphic design, plus also packaging. My specialty is branding, UX, UI, and packaging design. So welcome.
Great. And Dr. Laura Husinga, she's not here today. She's on sabbatical. She has a semester off work. She's doing some research, traveling around. She also focuses on interactive multimedia. She does UX, user experience design, immersive designs of things like augmented reality and virtual reality and usability, things like that. So that's our faculty. This is a screenshot of our road map. And if you don't have a copy of this already, this is a very important document. This is just one section of this document. I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. Basically what this document does is it spells out all the courses that you need to take to graduate and a suggested order in or sequence in which you take those courses. Roadmap. You guys who are in Cody's class right now, you can't really click on the chat, but you can always email one of us if you don't have a copy of this. It's also on the Fresno State website. So this is your lower division. This is the suggested order in which you take these required courses. Now, this is going to be different. This is, like I said, suggested. It's going to be a little bit different for freshmen versus transfers. But definitely your first semester, you want 35 and 37. Those will really kickstart your education. Visual communications fundamentals, and then computer imaging, where you learn the fundamentals of digital graphics and the software you need to master in order to create them. And these, so this is kind of a breakdown. It's similar to the last slide I showed you. This is a breakdown of the courses you should be enrolling in based on whether you're a freshman or a transfer. So if you're a freshman, you should be in GD 35 and you should be in GD 37. You're also going to need to take Art History 10 and Art 13. Art 13 is a very basic fundamentals of design course that is a prerequisite for a lot of things. So it's really important that you're enrolled in that as well. So that's why we're having this orientation so early in the semester, so that if you still have time to get into those classes. Now, if you are a transfer student, we kind of want to fast track you a little bit so that you're not spending so many years in the program. So we recommend a little bit heavier on the graphic design side of things. So 35, 37. It's good to get 60 out of the way. It's illustration techniques. So if you can get into that, then you'd have that taken care of. And then if you can take 41 as well, that, that puts you closer to your entering the upper division BFA and going through the application process. So that's for the fall semester. Spring semester for freshmen, more on the art and art history. So art history 11, art 16, color theory. And then you get to choose between art 20 or interior design 43. So these are sort of drawing and visualization classes. For transfers, again, more graphic design courses. You're going to want to take 41, 42, 50, and then if you haven't taken 60 yet, and then you can take it in the spring, and that will put you on track to apply for the upper division BFA program, which is the application process is only in the spring. We'll talk more about that. So that's your first year, okay, broken down. Let's talk about the different tracks. Basically, before you enter into the upper division, we have what's called an application process, or you could call it a portfolio review. And we want to see all the work that you've done, or samples of the work that you've done so far. And then we want you to express which of these tracks you're interested in studying in. But in order to go through that application process, you need to have completed all of your lower division graphic design courses. So that's why, we've done this and broken it down for you to make sure that you get all of those courses taken care of to qualify for moving on. Because if you don't have all those courses done, you've got to wait till the next spring. And that's a whole nother year of school. So that's why, this roadmap and this advising is so important. So let's talk about the different tracks. We have 3. We have graphic design, we have illustration, and we have multimedia, interactive multimedia. I'll let, oh, and just to be clear, all of this is graphic design. I know there's one track called graphic design, so people get kind of confused. They're like, well, it's a graphic design degree, I have to take that track, right? No, it's all graphic design. It's all based on the fundamentals that you learn in your lower division. They just sort of specialize in different areas, but everyone receives the same degree, no matter what track you're in. You're receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts, an MFA in graphic design. It's not a BA, Bachelor of Arts, it's a I'm sorry, not MFA, BFA. And it's a little bit of a higher degree. It's more of a professional degree. It's looked upon very favorably. Okay, Jasmine, Angelica, do you guys want to talk about the graphic design track, and I'll go through these slides?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. So this is the most what we would consider the most conventional of the tracks. We deal a lot with print, logo design, packaging, as you're going to see some examples here. It's the kind of like I mentioned before, the default of what you would think graphic designers to do. There is a little bit of app in terms of like mock-ups, but we don't necessarily do any of the back end of it. It's just the simple sake of how we produce these brands and how they would look on apps. We have some more packaging here. And then more specifically, at least what I teach, I do have students produce their own typeface. You get to not just design it, but this is a campaign that I should talk a little bit more about what we're seeing, and then I'll jump into what I do. But this is like a campaign. This is, I think, from 174. And so this is a campaign dealing with Dreamers, and then the subsequent social media posts that can be produced, graphics that can be produced for that. And then kind of a rebranding of ArtHop is what we're seeing here. And then we'll talk about how the assets that you produce, what would be necessary for a certain brand, for a certain company and industry. This is a little bit about the typefaces. So the students go about producing their own typeface. And then we bring it into a program which actually allows you to type with it. Students get really, really pumped about that. And so these are some other examples. I like to incorporate a handful of other aspects of illustration and multimedia in my classes. So for this one here, we have a little bit of an animation. If I recall, this audio is really low, but you can see what visually they've done. And it's just a logo reveal for a typographic mark, and this being in an animation studio. So a lot of color decisions, a lot of the conventional things, typeface choices, of course, that graphic designers kind of just have to focus on. This is like an online casino. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about that?
That's kind of what I have. I don't know if Angelica would like to interject anything that she's going to bring into her classes.
No, I'm good. I think you covered it. The packaging was showcased earlier, so you did great.
All right, thank you, Jasmine. Okay, Martine.
So in regards to the illustration track, what we're trying to focus here is more of the whole idea of storytelling through visuals, right? So we try to use creative visual thinking and use the theory of synetics. That's what I try to go through in industrial theory. Then apply it to two different aspects of illustration. One is the commercial aspect, which entitles into or it goes into the advertising illustration, institutional illustration, or editorial illustration. The second part deals with what a lot of students want to do is the whole idea of the character development and concept art, right? So you have a choice towards the end, or actually last senior classes that you take in the illustration track. What is it that you want to put your portfolio as? It's a commercial aspect, or the character development, or what we call concept art, or more towards the animation of dealing with the animation. We don't do the animations, we do everything but the animation. So is that a track you want to focus on? This is a track where it brings a lot of tools from the fine arts and also apply it to digital formats, and then incorporate it into what is something that you want to work in. Here's some examples: editorial, illustration to character development and storytelling, as well as concept art.
Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay, I'll talk about the interactive multimedia track. This is a very forward-thinking track. We kind of approach it from two different aspects. you know, we want to give you the skills to go out and, you know, get a job, but we also want you to be thinking about future forward technologies and really thinking about what is the designer's role with, you know, the relationship between humans and technologies. So it's human, we're focusing on human-centered design, user experience design. You're going to learn motion graphics, which you'll learn the fundamentals of animation. You can think of motion graphics as kind of like animation. Think about like title sequences in movies and things like that. We're going to do some immersive design, so augmented reality, virtual reality. I'm going to show you some videos of that. You're definitely going to learn web design for sure. You're going to take your beginning web design, you take advanced web design, and you're going to learn how to program, computer programming. It's not scary. We use, I teach that course, and it's use a language that was created for artists and designers. So it's very visual. It reads, you know, kind of like English, and that's a very rewarding skill. So I've got some video at the end. Our seniors produce what's called a demo reel for part of their portfolio. So I'll play a couple of these. This is motion graphics. Augmented reality, web design, app design, some virtual reality. Oh, go away. Let's see what this one is. This was programmed, it's based on a clock. Some augmented reality here. Motion graphics. App design. A virtual reality art gallery, like a pop-up gallery. See what's next. Nope. It's a quick one. I'm going to skip over these next ones for the sake of time. Okay, so what you've just seen there is, you know, more advanced work, the level you will get to by the time you're a senior. And one of the great things about being in a BFA program is that there's this culminating experience at the end, where we have a show, a portfolio show, and you spend a whole semester, you have a whole class just devoted to um, perfecting your portfolio. And then in the spring, it's usually in April, we go into the gallery and every student has a space in the gallery. It's kind of like an expo, and you design the space however you want, and you showcase your work. You have a portfolio. You might have a monitor with demo reels like the interactive students do, and we also do, starting the pandemic,
Allow for work to be shown without the physical
um,
location of a gallery space. A virtual
um,
exhibit can be viewed by any guest around the
turn
world
the
with a
sound off
device
here.
and access to the internet.
Ah,
Limitations
okay.
of both time and space
That's
regarding.
Laura
physical
talking,
equipment
but we have a virtual,
around the world are
you know, a virtual reality gallery space as well as an actual physical gallery space. Let me move on from here. These are more screenshots of our virtual reality gallery show. And this is not just for interactive students, like all students participate in this as well. So your work kind of lives on. And here's a shot of the actual gallery, so you can see how you have sort of a board, and students usually build some sort of shelf or something to hold their portfolio or a monitor or something like that. If you have packaging design, you can display those products. And we have a big opening night, and it's really exciting. There's a lot of people there, a lot of professionals from the industry show up to see, you know, what's the new talent coming out of our program, and students have made connections to get jobs at the show. So I encourage you to go to the show every year you're here. The best way to judge a program is by looking at the work that its graduating seniors are producing. It's very inspiring, I guarantee it. And you'll get a sense of the space, and it'll influence and inspire your own design of your own portfolio space. So I told you about the application process, which happens in the spring when you finished your lower division, or at least enrolled. You don't have to have completed the course, but you're at least enrolled in those lower division courses. There are 20 spots in each track. And it is an application process. So we do evaluate the portfolios and read your cover letters and look at your transcripts. So if you do not get into the BFA, or if you choose not to apply to the BFA, there is an alternate degree. It's a BA, a Bachelor's of Arts, called Integrated Design. And you don't take the lower division courses are pretty much the same for that. You don't take so much upper division BFA graduate design courses. It focuses more on studio arts and interior design, and there's information in the catalog. If you go to the Fresno State website, you can see all of the courses offered. Some students choose this because it might be a little bit more flexible with their schedule. I don't know, but it's not a BFA, it's a BA. And in the end, the most important thing is your portfolio. You know, the degree is important. BFA looks really good. But your portfolio shows someone what you can do, what you have done. So I just wanted to toss this out there. That is an option for you. We also have a fantastic graphic design club. Jasmine, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah. I do actually also want to make the comment of the integrated design is likely to be phased out.
Yes.
It's likely our last year that we will be admitting students into the track or into the program, I should say. So speak to an advisor, one of us, to kind of just further know what that's going to be about. Yeah, and we can also, by the way, talk to you about what seniors, there's been at least 2 that I know of last year that graduated with that degree, and ultimately what they did for their senior show. It does differ quite a bit from the graphic designs, either of the track, any of the tracks, senior show. That being said, though, I am currently the graphic design club's advisor. They are a very active group. This is last semester's flyer, and we have yet to kind of establish dates for this semester, but I can attach the Instagram, and there you'll find just ultimately Fresno State Design Club. Instagram, there we are. There you'll find obviously their upcoming meetings, all they have going on. And then the other thing that I would request, or at least suggest, that you guys interact with them about is the Discord. It's a very, very active Discord. I'm trying to find my chat. There we are. So you can message them on Instagram for requests into the Discord. Like I said, they're very active. They're very happy to answer questions. You'll have alumni, seniors, juniors, students from all 3 tracks, and oftentimes you might be compelled to ask a question of, whether it's classes outside the department or anything graphic design related, and there'll be at least one or two people that are very happy to kind of interject with their answers or their experiences. And I also want to mention that when the BFA process comes around in the spring, we typically have 1 or 2 information sessions from students for you guys. So we can tell you all that the programs are about, what we kind of like to do in our classes, but what you'll hear from is juniors and seniors talking about what their experience have been in the classes, what they're liking about their tracks, what their active projects are, and things like that. So you should definitely, in the very least, follow them on Instagram for that information, and then definitely Discord for the sake of just whether it's getting involved or just having them as a resource, really.
Great. Yeah. I highly encourage you to join this club. It's, some of the most passionate students, and our courses are definitely active in this club. So, let's see here. And if you haven't done so already, you do need to have access to Adobe Creative Cloud, and we get it for free as long as you're a student. So there's a link right here. You can also just go to the Fresno State website and search, Adobe, but it's fresnostate.onthehub.com, and you'll go there and there's a tab for Adobe, and you're going to download the Creative Cloud app. And from within that app, you can choose the different Adobe products that you want to install on your computer. So take advantage of this. Definitely, probably already have. And to end this, and we'll do some questions next. At various points in your career, you're gonna get a registration hold that is gonna require that you talk to an advisor. So by attending this orientation today, that will automatically count towards your advising. So, but in order for us to release that hold, we need your name and your ID number. So There's a URL here to a Google form, or you can scan this QR code and there's just a few questions. Fill that out, and then we will take off any advising hold you have on your account. And that is all. I'm going to open it up for questions from anyone. You can, I see a question right here. Can you use a free license on 2 personal devices like a laptop? I believe so. No, I think you can, once you have an account with Adobe, you can, and someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I have it on both my laptop and my iPad. So I believe so, yes. Any other questions? Can someone paste the QR code in the chat, please? I can't access it. How about I paste the URL here, and then you can just click on.
I just
Mhm.
posted it, Rusty.
Oh,
so
you
someone
did?
can- Yes. Oh, but you
Oh,
can post
great.
it again just to make sure that it's correct. I mean, I think
Oh.
it's correct, but
Yes, that looks good. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Awesome. Okay. All right. What else can we help you with? Okay. Faculty, do you have any final thoughts?
Just to make sure to reach out to us if you have any issues or concerns regarding the classes you're going to take this semester, next semester. As you might know, we're on a budget crunch according to the university, so they might be deleting some of the courses, especially the beginning courses. If that happens to you, let us know as soon as possible so we can accommodate you to take a different course or something to that effect, depending where you're at in the program.
Yes, definitely. And in your Fresno State portal, it should list an advisor for you. But you can reach out to any of us, like any of us can answer those questions for you. Okay, well, I'm so happy to see that so many people have come today, and I can't wait to see you in class. I can't wait to see your portfolios in a couple of semesters. Can't wait to see what you do when you're seniors. It's going to be a really rewarding path that we're going to go on. So thank you so much for coming. And again, like Martine said, definitely reach out to us with any questions. That's what we're here for. So with that said, I guess I'll end the meeting. Thank you.